Hello, friends. Today's story is called I Worked as a Midwife for 32 Years. We had a strange patient. The channel has started to grow little by little, and it's all thanks to you. Don't forget to subscribe and like. It will really help the channel. Let's get started. Since I was a child, I wanted to be a midwife. There was something magical about the birth of new life. I loved everything about it. Even the night shifts, the difficult patients, or the nervous fathers couldn't change how I felt. But everything changed that night when a pregnant woman walked into our delivery room. She had no documents, and she was wearing a worn-out tracksuit. She said her name was Greta. I still don't know if that's her real name. She looked pale and exhausted, her eyes red. Her cervix was already dilated to 5 centimeters, so Emma, our attending physician, decided to admit her. Vital signs were normal. Over the next few hours, labor progressed, and we prepared for delivery. At first, everything was fine. Then Greta's body went rigid. Her eyes rolled back, and thick veins appeared on her abdomen. I'd never seen anything like it and called for help. But by the time the senior doctor arrived, Greta had returned to normal. Soon after, she gave birth to a healthy baby without complications. We examined the infant right there in the delivery room. Then I went to the nurse's station to log everything into the system. But when I came back, Greta and her baby were gone. We reported it to hospital administration, but since Greta's condition had been stable and the baby was healthy, they took no action. My arguments that something could be wrong were ignored. The hospital was overcrowded. They didn't need more problems. A week later, Greta came back. Same time, same clothes, and she was pregnant again.
At first, I thought someone was playing a joke on me. But when I asked my colleagues about it, they said they had no idea what I was talking about. "She was here last week," I said. "Maybe she wasn't ready last time and you sent her home. Now she's ready. Hook her up to the monitor," Emma said. "No, she gave birth last week." Emma looked at me with an expression that was half concerned, half annoyed. "Maybe you should stop working night shifts," she said, and got to work. It happened exactly as before. Greta went rigid, her eyes rolled back, and then everything returned to normal. At exactly 2:45 a.m., she gave birth without complications. Then she disappeared again. This repeated 4 more times over the following weeks. She would come in, have the seizure, give birth at 2:45 a.m., and vanish as quietly as she'd appeared. The 5th time, I noticed something on her abdomen. The veins formed a pattern, a circle with a square inside it. What did it mean? I couldn't stop thinking about it, so I decided to follow her next time. When she appeared again, I told Emma I was feeling unwell and couldn't work. She wasn't happy. The hospital was constantly understaffed, but she let me go. I clocked out, went to the parking lot, and sat in my car where I could see the hospital entrance. At exactly 15 minutes after the birth, Greta exited through the main entrance and crossed the parking lot. I got out of my car and followed her at a distance. She'd just given birth, but she walked quickly and steadily, as if it hadn't affected her at all. Sometimes new mothers recover quickly, but childbirth is exhausting. It's like a 9-month marathon ending in a triathlon. It takes everything out of you, no matter how good your physical condition. Greta crossed several streets and turned into an old industrial area. Some of the streetlights were out, so I could easily stay unnoticed. Greta reached an old warehouse and stopped at a heavy, rusty door. I hid behind a parked truck. When I peeked out from behind the truck, she was gone. "They're waiting for you," Greta said from behind me. I jumped, hitting my head painfully against the truck cab. "Who?" She didn't answer. She just walked back toward the warehouse. The door opened, and she went inside. I knew I shouldn't follow her, but I couldn't help myself. The open door pulled at me like a magnet. My fear dissolved into something else. Whatever was inside that warehouse, it was meant for me. I was supposed to be there. I had never been so certain of anything in my life. It was time. They were waiting. Inside the warehouse, there was fog. The smell reminded me of my childhood, the smell of the lilies my mother grew, of sunscreen and barbecue. Something moved in the fog. Large tentacles, glowing neon green, approached me. As they came closer, the colors grew brighter, the smell stronger. One tentacle touched me. I saw the pattern on its tip, a circle with a square in the center. And suddenly I understood everything. Like knowledge just appeared in my mind. There was no need for explanation. The information was just there, like I'd always known it but had forgotten. They arrived on our planet, not to attack us, but to hide. They are being hunted. Their species is being exterminated. Only a few survive. These survivors fled to Earth. Here they want to start over, but they must hide within human bodies. They mask their DNA as human because humans are protected. Unlike most species in the galaxy, humans cannot be harmed. Earth cannot be conquered. Destroying humanity would disrupt the balance of the entire galactic system. So they found a way to use that protection to their advantage. And I am part of it. I always have been.
Suddenly, everything went white. Blinding light. My head pulsed. I tried to scream, but nothing came out. Pain spread through my entire body. For a moment, I felt like I was coming apart. When the light faded, I was in a corridor. I recognized it. It was our maternity ward. I looked down. I was pregnant. "Can I help you?" someone asked behind me. It was Emma, but she didn't recognize me. She looked concerned. "Come with me." She gently touched my arm and led me into an examination room. "What's your name?" I didn't answer immediately. Then I said, "Greta." Thank you for listening. Which format do you prefer? Long stories, short stories, or collections? I'd love to hear your answers in the comments. See you tomorrow, friends.